So what's going on, guys? Box here, and welcome to a brand new episode and the penultimate episode of the first season of our F1 2021 career mode. And look at that on the left hand side, plenty of upgrades coming our way. That looks like 3 upgrades to me: chassis and aero parts coming through, and then we're going to have to try and protect some of our developments. So if you see, well, we haven't done any durability upgrades this season, which may have been a mistake, but you know, the season's worked out okay. But if we want to win a championship, we're going to have to work on that. So I'm going to get in and start adapting some parts. They cost 500 per part, so we've got this episode and next episode to protect as many parts as possible. I should probably protect that major part, especially for next season, but yeah, let's advance on a little bit. We should get some upgrades coming through. General wear upgrade coming through. Okay, something didn't work on the brakes, so that's a bit annoying. And is it even worth doing it for the next, just for one round? Is it worth protecting for next season or pushing on? How much is it going to cost? 501. I think, you know what, we probably have enough to protect it. Let's push on. That'll come through for the final round, and we should have enough to keep protecting. There's only 4 parts left to protect, so I'm going to get some more resource points now, so that's good. Let's get in and we'll use those last resource points to protect this aero brake ducts. Okay, there we go. So we've got 4 parts left. We've got a major part, we've got 2 major parts and 2 minor parts. We should be able to do that, no problem. So what is our engine looking like before I get into the race? It's looking okay. It should last us to the end of the season. Right then, if we just remind ourselves real quick of the championship, we are there, just ahead of Charles Leclerc. We're trying to get Ferrari and the constructors. We're 5 points off, so it's all very tight. We now have 2 wins to our name. We're on back-to-back podiums, 3 podiums back-to-back at the minute, so we're really ploughing on. So yeah, let's get in. Got no rivals at the minute, but let's get in to the Australian Grand Prix. A weird one, being the penultimate round of this season, but let's get to it anyway. So here we are in qualifying then at the Australian Grand Prix. The circuit's more about aero and chassis departments rather than power units, so let's see how we fare this time round at Australia. So we're following at a distance Fernando Alonso as I outbrake myself into the penultimate corner. Bomb it around the final corner if we can. Too much inside curb, so a bit of a scruffy end to the lap. The start of the lap wasn't brilliant either. The middle sector was alright, but yeah, way off the pace right now. Gonna have to go again. So been held up a little bit in that middle sector by Kimi Räikkönen, so we just gotta keep on pushing. We're almost a second underneath our personal best time. Heading for the line then, 1.2 underneath of our personal best time. It only popped us up to P11. So a lot left to be desired here at Australia. I thought we may struggle a little bit. I mean, Alonso's only P9. It's more about chassis and aero package, which we haven't been able to improve enough over the course of this season. So I'm going to head back in. We're probably going to have to do a 3rd stint. So here's the state of things before we head back out. How far off Alonso are we? Well, we're not far off at all. Half a tenth maybe. So yeah, let's keep pushing. If we can find another couple of tenths, that will push us maybe to the lower reaches of the top 10, which I'll take for around here. That's pretty good. So a huge crash to end qualifying. I was a couple of tenths down on this final run, so I was pushing and I just overcooked it. Look how much inside curb I took there, and round we go. Huge crash here, and then we collect the Mercedes of Hamilton. I don't think there was a lot he could have done really there. But yeah, such a shame. Here we go, Hamilton, he sees us crashing, he tries to slam on the brakes, and not a lot you can do about that really.
The crowd are here, and here in force for what is going to be a fantastic day of racing. Welcome to the Australian Grand Prix. The Melbourne circuit is certainly one that needs to be taken seriously. Its combination of slippery surfaces and difficult corners make it a tricky track when it comes to overtakes. Drivers find it hard to pass and will need to take full advantage of those DRS zones if they want to have any hope of breaking through. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here today, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
But from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you, so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Verstappen, Carlos Sainz, and Norris, Vettel, Fernando Alonso, Ace, and Lance Stroll, Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Russell. Leclerc, they've taken a grid penalty. Mick Schumacher, Nikita Mazepin, and Pierre Gasly. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Latifi and Kimi Raikkonen finishes off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
So then, we're starting P9 behind Fernando Alonso, but we did originally qualify P12, P11 I think it was, so it actually meant we'd get free choice of tyre, but I think a few people ahead have taken energy, grid penalties, probably because of engine or gearbox, something along those lines. So that sort of gifted us a few positions. So we gifted a few positions and we get free choice of tyre. So you know what? Let's go for mediums. It's going to be 8 laps on the mediums, 7 laps on soft tyres. Now, unfortunately, I think they used tyres, so we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, 8 laps on mediums, and then we'll go for a 7-lap stint on the soft tyres, starting just behind our teammate, so it'll be interesting to see what he goes for. Here we go then, lights about to go out just behind our teammate, the Alpine. We got a very strong power unit, so we should get a decent start, although we wheel spin loads there, couldn't quite fend off Stroll. And now we've got Tsunoda, so we've got both Aston Martins ahead. Stroll jumped us at the start. So unfortunately, we're down into P10, but Fernando Alonso has gone the other way. He's gone up to P6, a fantastic start from the double world champion. I'm up the inside of Stroll again. Let's get him back, squeeze him right out. But we have to remember, we're on these medium tyres. I can't get my words out as I mounted a curb there. Here comes Stroll, going around the outside. That's not going to pay off. Properly holding him up here. But yeah, gap is 1.3 seconds to Vettel, so the medium tyres is a clear performance difference. So starting in the top 10, trying to do the alternate strategy, it's going to be really tough at the start. We can't afford to lose too many positions, we've got to defend. So then ending lap number 1, we've still got Stroll and Tsunoda and Ricciardo, I think that is, back there right behind us. We're not able to break away from them. I mean, it's all about tyres around here. It's all about grip, aero performance, everything like that. But as you can see, here goes Stroll again. We're going to go defensive. Got to keep him at bay. He's going to try the long way around. We're just going to squeeze him out, and he knows it. So there we go. We fend off that attack. But he's going to be back probably in a sector or two, a few more corners, and he'll be right onto the back of us again. Here comes Stroll again on the back of us. Brake at the 50-metre board through this left-right sequence of corners here. Again, plenty of overtake mode to fend him off. He's not going to be able to do anything on the brakes here, but that will become a DRS zone soon, so next lap we're going to be under threat. The gap is almost 3 seconds now to Vettel, so if I can just hold on. Here comes Stroll already at the final corner. No warning there. We're going to squeeze him right to the inside. If he wants to get past, he can go right to the inside. He's got the inside line. Side by side through there. Look at that crazy stuff through turn 1. Still no DRS for us. I'm going to go defensive now. He's going to come flying around the outside. But again, we can just take the race in line here. Whoa, spin up the rear tyres. Who's out? Gasly out of the session. I don't know where he was. I think he might have been up the road as too much curb and it sends us off wide. Stroll's a bit further back this time. I think we're at that crossover point with the tyres, and what did the team want me to do? Change to lap 10? No way. I'm going to keep the current strategy. I think we're at the point in this race where the crossover point is here, where the mediums are quicker than the softs because the gap is started to come down a tad to Vettel up front. We brought it down from 7 seconds to just under 7 seconds, so if I can keep the momentum going, maybe we'll get it nearer to 6 on the next few laps. So, Lance Stroll just tried to make a move up our inside. Take a look at this. Up the inside he goes. I outbrake around the outside and just cut his nose off completely. Bit aggressive, but it's fair enough, I think. Here comes Daniel Ricciardo. I'm going to defend this inside line. He's going to have to go the long way around if he wants to get through. You know what? Ooh, side by side still. Something's happened. Don't know what's happened up the road, but apparently something's happened. I may go to lap 9 on these tyres. I don't quite know yet, because look at the tyre where there's barely any wear. And if I'm going to be using a used set of softs, I don't know if we'll last to the end of the race. So let's see how we feel at the end of this lap. I've lost about 10 seconds to a teammate over the course of this first stint, so these mediums need to ditch them as soon as possible. So, I mean, I'd have done 7 laps anyway if I'd have started on soft. So, yeah, let's pit this lap. I've got to switch something up because this medium tyres, they're just not working. Here we go then, boxing this lap. I'm going to get the engineers to switch us to 9 front wings rather than 7. I need more downforce, I need more speed through the corners. Let's see if that does it for us. Some of the soft runners are only just pitting now, so hopefully our softs will go to the end. They should do. These guys have just proved it on a full tank of fuel. Still got Stroll behind, so let's go racing again then. And how much life have we got? Yeah, we should be fine. Here comes, who is this? Ricciardo. He was right behind us. Park it at turn number 1, and he's going to be all over the back of us. But fortunately we held him up enough that we just used a bit of overtake mode and we're away. So right now we've got the advantage, we've got the soft tyres finally. Let's see what we can do with the best rubber on. Here we go then, final corner. Who's in the pits? Alfa Romeo, Alfa Tauri. We should overtake them nice and easy. Vettel is the next car up the road. I've run it deep. Oh my god, that's horrendous. Look at that, that was horrendous. Vettel's gone for the hard tyres. He's going to be a sitting duck. 7 seconds up the road. 3.7 seconds is the gap to Vettel now. He does have a problem with his car, our engineer has said. But he's also running those hard tyres. If I struggled on the mediums, God knows what those hard tyres are going to be like at this point. Look at this, we've got Vettel in our sights. Personal best lap time inbound with just broken DRS from Ricciardo behind. 8/10 improvement on our personal best, so let's keep the momentum going. I don't think we have brilliant pace around here, especially compared to our teammate. We just lost too much in that first stint. We lost touch with the front runners, so not a lot we can do now but try and recover. Let's see if we can get Vettel. Picking up DRS for the first time. I don't think we're going to be able to do anything up the inside of Vettel just yet, but I'm losing time, stuck behind him, and with his dirty air. I sort of thought about it there at the inside, but you know, I don't want to ruin it this late on in the race. Let's pick up DRS because it's a double DRS straight. Here we go. Oh, I thought I could get up the inside there. That's cost us all of our momentum. But he's an absolute sitting duck down here. He's going to go defensive. I'm going to go to the outside, and you know what? We're just going to completely outbrake him. Oh, I've run it deep though. Just about. Oh, Ricciardo made it through as well. Let's take a replay of that move then. You see Vettel just goes defensive, we go to the outside, Ricciardo follows us. We go clean round the outside and so does Ricciardo. Oh, I've run it deep there. Here comes Daniel Ricciardo. Made a few mistakes on that lap, as you can see. Bad sectors, no improvements. And we're losing touch with Norris and Alonso. Ricciardo's trying it up the inside. Oh, squeezed him right back at the inside. But we fend off his attack for now. Let's see if we can pull away. Our tyres are now not feeling so great. Just sort of understeering at certain points of the track. Only got this lap and the next lap to go. Let's save us some ERS and use it to defend from Ricciardo, because no doubt he'll be back. He's ran it deep again at the same corner, and Daniel Ricciardo, he's clean round the outside, and he's got the DRS to pull away on the last lap. As the engineer says, we need to stick with him. He might make a mistake, but I'm really struggling. Look at that through turn 1, too much inside curb, and we lose the rear end. Can we wave goodbye to a couple more points? Giving it everything I got to stay with him, but look at that, he's about 3/4 of a second away, which is going to be safe enough, I think. Here we go, DRS, ERS, everything I've got, but he's just going to defend, isn't he? Closed down a few tenths, but it's not going to be enough. We just got mugged, it was coming. And this mistake, we made the same mistake 2 laps in a row. This time we don't make the mistake. And Ricciardo, very fair play to him. He gets us right at the death. And Bottas, he takes the win. We're going to end off P9. So then, that has been it for this race. We did get a faster race lap time than our teammate, but we were just so inconsistent. We struggled at the start, lost too much time. The alternate strategy doesn't always pay off. And today was proof of that. Alonso got P5, completely out driving the car, but crucially getting us points over Ferrari. Look, Alonso beat Sainz, we beat Leclerc. That's all that really matters, because we are in a championship battle with them, going into the final round at Abu Dhabi, which should suit our car a little bit better. So yeah, hopefully got some Fernando, we can do something good. If you take a look at the standings there, we are still ahead of Leclerc, that's crucial, but Alonso, he's gaining in on Sainz, so it's a proper battle. Alpine versus Ferrari, here you go. 2 points in it heading into the final round. There's no risk from AlphaTauri behind. We can't catch McLaren, so the best we can get is P4. So let's see if we can leapfrog them next time out, which will be it'll be Abu Dhabi. Like I say, it will suit our car a lot better. So then, that has been it for today's video. I really do hope you have enjoyed this penultimate episode, gearing up for a constructors battle and a championship points driver standing battle between us and Leclerc. So enjoy these highlights, and we'll be heading into the final round of this season next time out.